Hey friends, thanks so much for joining me today. Today I just wanted to talk about this feeling that you can't take care of yourself because everyone really needs you. And being a mama myself is something that's resonated in my own story, and something that I hear a lot from just other people, that they're needed too much and there's no time for them anymore. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Emmy. I'm the founder here at Celebrate Again. I'm on a mission to help create a lifestyle and resources for helping you celebrate every moment in life, being present in the current moments, and being able to have the resources you need to celebrate on the big ones like your elopement or your anniversary. So today I just want to share a story with you about actually talking with one of my dear friends who I've had the joy of knowing since elementary school. And we were just hanging out, chatting, just catching up on life. And it was a very rare moment that we were both together without our kids. We were walking around the park. She's just explaining that she feels like she was angry all the time, but just didn't know why. And I kept, kind of asking her, this seems really weird for you. And if you knew this person, you'd be like, she's the last person to be angry and weird, and take her anger out on her kids. But she kept saying, she had these moments of, complete breakdown where she would just explode all of her kids and everyone would be ending up in tears. And just this cycle of hurt and anger just kept going over and over again. I asked her, I was like, hey, when do you get any alone time for yourself? And she was like, when I go to the grocery store by myself, because my husband watches the kids, I can go to the grocery store by myself. And those of you who aren't moms to young kids, that ends up becoming a real thing. I don't know how many friends I've had over the years who said that was their alone time. They got no other alone time throughout the day because their kids didn't sleep, and they were just constantly being needed by someone or something. That just kills my heart to think about that at all for anyone, that your alone time is to go to the grocery store. I'm glad those mamas have those sweet moments alone, but I want so much more for them. And as my own story goes, my daughter was very colicky and very high needs, and she would just cry for 6 hours a day for the first 4 months of her life and did not sleep for the first year and a half. And just saying those words to anyone else, it just seems like, oh, that's not a big deal. But to those of you who have lived that, you're just like, yes, I know how brutal that is. I know how messed up you get when you don't get sleep for that long, and to just be constantly needed by this small creature who you love and is a part of your heart and soul, and literally your blood and sweat and tears, and it's hard to just even have a moment to think about yourself. As my friend and I were talking, we were just talking about how her oldest was the same. She couldn't leave without her daughter being in tears, and even when she just ran a quick errand, she'd come home and her daughter would be screaming, the house would be in chaos, and she just felt like she couldn't leave the house ever because it would just be way worse if she left. And this pattern just developed for her of this is how I have to cope through life right now, of I just have to be here 24/7. I have to show up 24/7, and there's no time for me because everyone needs me. And we just kept talking, and I asked her, but clearly your heart and your emotions are saying that's not working. That's not working. And I had the same things too. I was kept thinking and feeling like I have to be here. There's no time for me when my daughter was little, but I was forced to step in to take care of myself because I got sick when my daughter was young, and it came to the moment of I literally couldn't pick her up and hold her because my body was failing, and feeling its like literal uses. And so I had to take a moment to step back and take care of myself and reevaluate, like, okay, I need support from friends and family. We need to hire people to help us. We need more resources to get us through this. And at the time, we had a beautiful community of people that stepped in and helped us. We had some family help us. And the resources were there when we just asked and took the humility to just say, like, we need help. I think that's like the biggest point for all of us, is saying, like, I need help. This is hard. I can't do this by myself. I need to take care of myself because I can't be a superwoman. Like, I'm capable of doing this, but at the expense of my own well-being, at the expense of me being angry and explosive and on edge all the time. So in my conversation with my friend, having been through these past experiences with myself, I said, love, what would it look like if you took time for yourself? Like, once a week, you went for a walk with friends or met up with someone for coffee, or just, did something that made your heart so happy. Go back and take some dance or theater classes, whatever makes you feel good, And she was like, I know, I should do that. I should take care of myself. And I could just tell the hesitancy in her voice, that she knew it was so hard for her to let go of this caretaker. I'm a mom. Everyone needs me. No one can fulfill this role of me, and that is so true. But she also needed to take a step and take care of herself. So that is something that I want to empower you all to do, is take a step back. Whether you're a mama, whether you're just in a demanding lifestyle where self-care, take care of yourself is like the furthest thing from your mind. And maybe you're even like me, and I grew up, with a Christian mindset that like self-care was selfish, and that I'm thinking about myself and that's bad, and that I should just serve other people till I drop dead, and that it's sacrificial and Christ-like to serve to the point of burnout. To that, I even say, like, no, no, you are depleting yourself of the radiance you have in your heart and offering scraplings to other people. And that is needed from you to be whole, as you need to step in and own your own heart and own your own self-care, and taking on what you need to take care of yourself, and not thinking like, I have to hold the responsibilities of everyone and everything in my life, especially if you're a major caretaker. As always, I want to give you guys a resource right now of pulling out of this mindset of, I have to own my self-care. I have to put myself at the top of the list because so many people need me, not the other way around, that so many people need me, so I go at the bottom of the list. It needs to be the other way around. What I want to do is lead you all through a quick visualization meditation. And it'll take about 5 minutes. So if you can just like sneak away, if your kids are running around or anything, you just sneak away for 5 minutes. Bathrooms are a great place to hide. And you can just take a moment to walk through this visualization with me. You can save it for later, maybe at bedtime when you have 5 minutes, because I want you to take room for yourself right now. So just come to sit or lay down. Also a luxury item you can choose for yourself is laying down. And if you're sitting, see if you can just find some alignment with your spine. Often we sit like hunched over. So if you feel you're just feeling heavy today and you're just already, like this number, just see if you can maybe even lean back on some pillows, lean back on your chair, rest your head up against the wall, and just rest. Find some rest for your body where you can fully tap into your parasympathetic nervous system, which calms your body down. And we can do that just in our posture here. And then if it feels safe to you, you can find a soft gaze in front of you, or you can close your eyes. And then I just want you to notice your breath. Our breath, because it can show like how where we're at. So oftentimes, if we're feeling overwhelmed, our breath is up here in our throat. And what I want to help you do now is just lengthen your breath down. So just come to notice where your breath is. Is it high in your chest? Is it deep in your belly? And if you can, just come breathing deep. Notice if you can find breath in your belly. Letting go of any shame that you might have to hold it together, or that it has to be a certain shape. And then just seeing in your next inhale if you can expand your rib cage side to side, back to back. Good. Now I just want you to notice as your eyes are closed if there's anything in your heart that makes you feel like you can't take care of yourself. I want you to just name that, whatever the first thing that pops into your head. Try not to judge it, justify it, criticize it. Just name it. What makes you feel like you can't take care of yourself? Then I just want you to visualize that emotion around that responsibility. Just visualize it with gentleness, not judgment. Now, I want you to just imagine that responsibility in a room. And I want you to just feel like you're floating away from that room just for a minute. And find yourself just stepped into this abyss, this open door. And guess what? You get to choose where it goes. Like, you notice you're leaving this responsibility just for a minute. Everything's going to be okay. And you get to step in through this door. And you open this door, and outside of it is the most gorgeous scenery you've ever seen. Maybe this is some place that you've gone on vacation, a gorgeous alpine meadow with birds singing in the trees, the wind rustling the leaves around, the crunch and sound, twigs snapping underneath your feet as you're stepping along the trail. Maybe you're at the beach. Your sun is warming your skin to the core. Feeling the sand between your toes. Maybe you're floating in the water. Just feeling that embrace of the water holding you up as you just bob around as the waves guide you. Wherever your place is, just take a moment to be there. Take a deep breath in and let it out. In your sanctuary you've created for yourself, I want you to just notice what's below you. What's touching your feet? Are you laying down? Are you walking? Are you sitting? What are you touching? Visualize the sensations using your imagination. Is it a grassy field, warm sand beneath your toes? Take a deep breath in and let it out. What sounds do you hear? Do you hear birds singing? Do you hear oceans lapping? Do you hear children off in the distance playing and splashing, or your pup running, chasing a stick? Maybe you just hear the rustle of the trees. Breathe in Breathe out. Notice that you are more than okay right here. And staying in your beautiful visualization, in your sanctuary you've created for yourself, I want you to think about this meditation. So on an inhale, say, I am worthy. And exhale, of care to. Inhale, I am worthy. 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 Exhale, of care to. Keep repeating that to yourself. See if you can just notice more things in your surroundings, in your sanctuary. Let your imagination guide you. Dwell, play, stay. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. I'm worthy of care. Exhale, 2. Inhale, I am worthy. Exhale, of care, 2. Beautiful. Just stay in this sanctuary you've created. Stay here as long as you can. Turn off your device. Just stay in this moment. If you feel ready, I want you to just in your mind's eye look for that door where you went in again. And just walk through it. Then notice first where your feet are. Right here, right now. What are they touching? Are they touching the floor? Are they touching the bed? Touching the fluff of a pup or a cat? Feeling the fuzziness in your socks. And just notice your hands, maybe rub your fingers together. Just feeling the sensation. When you're ready, just come to notice the sounds in your current space. And you can bat your eyes open. How do you feel? Leave a comment below. Share this with someone who might need it. Know that you can come back to this anytime. And this beautiful space that you just created for yourself is yours. I'm so glad you found it delicious, Chelsea. Thanks for joining. Remember that sanctuary you made is yours always, that you can come back here. It's your escape. And if you'd like to take a step deeper, I'm going to be leading a yoga class next Thursday, the 21st at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And if you drop me a comment, send me a message, I would love for you to join me. That class, it won't be on Instagram or Facebook. It'll be a private link. And you all are cordially invited to that yoga class. And I will be leading you, and it is available for anyone, even if you've never done yoga before. And I teach very dynamically. Since I have chronic illnesses, I know how to approach it from beautiful points of view. So, yeah, leave me a comment. Let me know if you want access to that class next week. It's totally free. And let me know how you felt after this meditation. Feel free to share it with someone else. I hope you all have a lovely day.